you know what piece of the ear they have? They do have some. They do have piece of the ear still. But mainly they rely on their sense of taste. They flicker that tongue out. And what happens is when they flicker that tongue out, they usually do that like every 10 to 20 seconds. They'll flicker their tongue out, and as it comes in, it touches the roof of the mouth. And they have an organ called the Jacobson's organ that sends signals to the brain, telling the snake if it's food, if it's a predator, kind of determine that sense if it's something they need or if it has to flee from that. Another sense they have good vision too, but with ball pythons, they have the lip, at the top of their lip, they have little slits in their lip, and those are used to detect heat. These are almost as infrared. So when he's out, he hunts at night usually, he's nocturnal. He'll be shooting through the leaf and stuff, and he can actually, if there's a rat, that rat food can glow in the dark for him, because he has a sensing device in his face. So it's pretty much food is going to come a little easier to this type if you find it. Also with their sense of taste, their tongue flickering out, they can actually follow a mouse trail all the way back to the earth. They don't just physically have to see the animal, they actually follow the sense of the mouse trail. Another thing with these guys here is snakes do not have eyelids either, so their eyes they're always open. So it's kind of hard to deter sometimes if you're sleeping, but I usually go by if the tongue starts to flicker within like 20 or 30 seconds. Usually once they're awake and active, their tongue is constantly flickering in and out. But this one here, he's about 4.5 inches. How big is the other one? About the same? Okay. When I got these two, I got them about a year ago. There was this one and another one that he has. They were, how big, like 3 feet? They were about 3 feet. The guy was feeding about once every month and a half to 2 months. So they were really, they had a lot of weight to gain. He's had for about a year now, and he feeds them every week, and then for about a foot and a half for the past year, just with proper care and maintenance on them. So the other one's a little bit smaller than this one here. But they can be housed together. Some snakes are actually eat other snakes. The boas and pythons, they're not snake eaters. King snakes, milk snakes, corn snakes, they'll eat other snakes. We house with other ones. But if you want to... And also with boas and pythons, I'll have them bring them around. It's hard to see on this is a female, but right where the tail starts, actually, from my finger here about the last 3 inches at the tail. Right where the tail starts, there's a little slit here, the vent, and there's no claws on each side. Only boas and pythons have those claws. Females have small claws. Males have larger claws. And what scientists believe that's from is boas and pythons are primitive snakes. They actually have remains of a pelvic bone. They believe they evolved from lizards. So these little claws are pretty much like remains of back fins. But only boas and pythons have those claws. They believe that the males have larger claws. They use them as grasping for like mating and courtship. But I'll have him bring her around. If you do decide if you haven't got anything, just like that, we have sanitizer for you too if you ever need to sanitize after our residents sanitizing after touching the animals. But I'll have him briefly bring her around, kind of show them the color. Snakes are smooth. A lot of them are smooth. This guy here is smooth. They're not slimy like many people think they are. Usually they're smooth. Some have rough scales. Some like rattlesnakes have more rough scales. These guys have nice smooth scales. Nothing slimy by any means. I'll have him circle around, and while he's doing that, I'll bring in another snake. Just use smaller ones. That's the bigger guy there. It's a male, so we're about 10 feet in full size. Anywhere from like 7 to 10, we'll say. And this guy here, he was actually found outside in Warren County. Some kids found him, and they brought him to the Warren County Humane Society, which he was going to be euthanized there. He had a lot of scarring, he was spit up, he was really skinny, had a lot of injuries on him. They were going to euthanize him, but when I went back, he actually took him in and rehabbed him, and I just got him over the summer. But this guy here is about, I'd say about 7 to 8 months age. Some of these guys can grow about 3 feet per year, depending on how much food they're getting. He eats about once a week. But with these guys here, their natural color, this isn't his natural color. His natural color would be closer to that ball python there. Maybe a little bit lighter in color. But if you look, he has orange on his tail. Where that orange is usually rather blue. And his skin's usually more of a tan with black bands down. And these guys here, you guys know why this snake would do well in the wild? Well, that's one of the reasons. With these guys here, it's lack of camouflage. As a predator, he can't blend in well enough, sneak up on an animal. In this case, being small mice and birds. So he lacks the camouflage to actually sneak up and hunt. He also lacks camouflage to hide and blend in to get away from other predators. Usually, what they'll do is they'll kind of blend in with the forest floor. It might be like dead leaf over there, and their natural color will blend in perfectly. But since he lacks that, it's going to stick out. So usually in the wild, you're never really going to see anything like this because they're just a lure to other things. They stick right out, and they usually don't really make it to large size. But that's the main reason we get to see these guys in the wild. Captivity. Still, these are fair farms. They have to go searching and hunting for food. It's pretty much handed to them. That's why they do well. But in the wild, he probably wouldn't be this big at all. So, just a lack of camouflage. And if you look, he has a lot of scarring on him still too. I think it's probably from a rat. The guy had probably had rats in there to kind of beat him. He got very good on some birds, got him outside. These snakes here, they just get way too large for people to care for. Next 5 to 10 years, we'll be at least 10 feet. Not that size, we'll be eating rabbits, chickens, baby water rats like that, stuff like that. You guys, does anyone know the difference between boa constrictors and pythons like this one here? Anyone know the difference? There's one main difference. Pythons, they look very much alike. They're both constrictors. Pythons actually lay eggs, and boa constrictors have live fur. You guys heard of anacondas? They're actually a boa constrictor. They'll have live fur. With the pythons, they're actually like a clutch of eggs that actually stick to each other, and the mother coil around and kind of create a network. Whereas the boas,
B, can you please come to the front desk? B to the front desk.
They come out and kind of create a distance. That's the main difference between the two. Other than that, they're very close in size and shape. That's pretty much the main difference between these guys here.